Finally out of school, thank God, bro. This day felt like forever. Right now I'm walking home and got about like a maybe 10-minute walk till I get home. And when I get home, gonna finish up some homework real quick and go skate. Now to address what you guys probably clicked on this video for. You wanna learn how to kickflip. I got you. So I'm gonna cover 4 main points in this video. Those being foot placement, flick and pop, timing, and I'm gonna go over some common mistakes at the end. Also, it really helps if you know how to already ollie. If you don't worry, that's totally cool. I'm gonna leave a video linked at the top here if you don't know how to ollie. Okay, so starting with the most important part of any trick, which I feel, or at least what I feel, is the foot placement. So this is how I like to set up for my kickflips, where I have my front foot on the front bolts pretty much, slightly angled, and my back foot on the tail, pretty much the same spot as you would an ollie. Now you can adjust how high your foot is on the board, or how low it is on the board, or how much it hangs off the board, and how much it stays on the board. It's really just a preference thing. But I find the most optimal way and the best way to do a kickflip is my foot positioning. It's not even just my foot positioning, it's like the pretty like industry standard foot positioning for a kickflip. And keep in mind that your foot positioning is also going to change when you're skating down drops. For example, you're not going to want to have your foot positioning in the same foot placement when you're skating drops, because the board's going to flick the same speed when you're skating flat, and you don't want that. You want to have your foot a little bit more on the board so that your board flicks a little slower than it does normally. And this makes sense because you obviously don't want your board to over rotate or over flip when you're skating down a drop or a gap. You want your board to flip a little bit slower so you catch it better. In this clip, my foot positioning is in the standard foot positioning I do for my kickflips. You can see it's pretty good. This positioning is a little more down. You can see it flips a lot faster. And this foot positioning is a lot more up. You can see I barely rotated it. So hopefully you kind of get like a basic idea of what the different types of foot positionings and what the different types of feet placement is going to do to your kickflip. So having your foot higher on the board is going to flip the board slower. Having your foot lower on the board is going to flip your board faster. And having your foot more angled is going to make the board flip faster. Having your board or your foot more straight is going to make the board flip a lot slower. So I'll talk about the pop first for a kickflip because I think it's pretty much like the same as an ollie in my opinion, and then I'll cover the flick later on because it's a little bit more complicated. So as I was saying earlier, the pop is pretty much like an ollie, so if you can ollie, you're chilling. Now for the flick. So for the flick, you really want to emphasize flicking off the nose rather than flicking to the side. And I'll put a clip of what flicking on the side or down to the side looks like on the screen, because that's what my old kickflips used to look like and why I couldn't land them, because I would flick down to the side rather than out on the nose. If you're having a hard time with the flick, you can practice this exercise to get your muscle memory used to it. Now timing. I feel like this one is the one that messes up most people when they're trying kickflips, because trying to flick it and pop it at the same time can be a little confusing. The main thing you want to remember when the timing for the kickflip and getting it right is you want to hear and feel your tail pop first, then flick. Because if you flip before your tail pops, you're going to end up with a ghost pop. And for one, it doesn't sound as good, and two, it just makes the trick look a lot more ugly. So I feel like the most common mistake is when people flick down rather than off the nose. So honestly, my best tip for having the problem of flicking down to the side instead of off the front of the nose is to just practice that rolling the ankle motion that I talked about earlier, because that's going to build muscle memory to flick off and out instead of to the side and down. So work on that little ankle rolling exercise that I mentioned. The next common mistake I see is when people under-rotate the board. So my best advice for not rotating the board enough and under-rotating is it sounds super simple and it sounds like, yeah, we already know that, but you'll be surprised how much people don't flick hard enough. Like it's super simple. It's a super easy, straightforward solution to under-rotating your board, but you'd be surprised how much people neglect that. So flick harder than you need to until you find the hard enough flick to get your board spinning all the way around. So that's how we're gonna do it for the how to kickflip tutorial. I hope this video helped you guys land your first kickflip or help you understand the kickflip better. If so, make sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe. And if I left out any important tips, make sure you leave them in the comments below. Also, if this video did help you guys land your first kickflip, make sure to tag me on Instagram because I would love to see them. Tag me at skater.cam here. And yeah, I would love to see you guys' clips, so make sure to send them through. And I'll see you guys in the next video.